Okay, let's be honest with each other. You've probably already watched, what, a dozen videos just like this one this week? You know the ones. Wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold shower, change your life overnight. You get that little rush of motivation, you feel good for maybe 10 minutes, and then nothing, absolutely nothing changes. What's the reality?
Well, the reality is you're still stuck. You're still selling yourself that same old tired lie. I'll start tomorrow. Come on, you already know you need to wake up early. You know you need to exercise. How many more times do you need to hear the same 5 habits repeated over and over? The problem isn't that you don't have the information. You know exactly what to do. The real question is, why aren't you doing it?
You know, these other videos, they try to motivate you with this childish nonsense. Imagine your parents are gone. Seriously, your parents are literally right in front of you, and you're supposed to waste brain power imagining they don't exist? Look, I'm not here to play games or waste your time with cheap emotional tricks.
So, you need to decide, right now. If you're the type of person who's got this playing in the background while you scroll through the comments, just leave. Seriously, this isn't for you. This is for the people who are ready to put their phone on full screen, kill every single distraction, and actually listen until the very end. So, what is it? Are you here to pass the time, or are you here to finally change your life? Because I guarantee you, if you make it to the end of this, things will not be the same.
You want to know what your single biggest problem is? It's simple. Your life has no plan. There's no destination. You have zero idea where you want to be in 6 months, let alone 6 years. You're just living in this kind of foggy, we'll see what happens mode. I want you to imagine a delivery driver. He leaves the warehouse with a package, but he has no address. What's he going to do all day? He's just going to drive around, right? Wasting fuel, wasting time, achieving absolutely nothing. That is your life. You wake up with no plan, so you just drift through the day, scrolling, eating, and then you go to sleep, drowning in that same familiar feeling of guilt, knowing you just wasted another 24 hours.
So here it is, the golden advice. The very first step out of this whole mess. Just do something. Anything. I don't care what it is. Do some push-ups, read a book, go for a walk. Just do not sit idle. Action is the only cure for the paralysis you're feeling.
Now, this leads to a really interesting concept from Andrew Tate that he calls the rain dance. Just imagine you're a farmer. Your land is totally dry, your crops are dying, and there hasn't been a single drop of rain for months. You've got 2 choices. Option 1, you can sit there and cry about the drought, complaining to the sky. Or option 2, you can get up and do a rain dance. Now think about it. Does dancing actually make it rain? Probably not. It sounds kind of foolish, right? But here's the key. Doing something foolish is infinitely better than doing absolutely nothing. Doing 50 push-ups isn't going to magically make you rich. Of course not, but that's not the point. The point is to build an action-taking mentality. It starts to rewire your brain so you become someone who does things, not just some zombie who sits around thinking about doing things. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just start. Take action, and you can improve as you go. Okay, let's talk about the word that is absolutely crippling your generation. Distraction. You use it as an excuse all the time, right? But do you even have a clue what it really means?
A distraction, by its very definition, can only exist if you have something to be distracted from. This is so important. A distraction is when you have a plan, a mission, a specific task that you know you must do, and you actively choose to do something else instead. So let's follow that logic. If you wake up with no plan for your day, you can't be distracted by video games or social media. You're not being distracted. You are simply lost. You're a ship with no captain and no destination, just drifting aimlessly out in the ocean. And if that sounds harsh, good. It should. I'm not here to make you feel good.
Okay, so how do you actually make a plan? Look, it's not rocket science. We can break your entire life down into 3 really simple pillars: health, wealth, and relationships. If you're young and you're starting from zero, your one and only priority has to be wealth. Let's just be real. Money solves 99.9% of your problems. It buys you freedom, it buys you resources, it buys you time, and it buys you the best help for every other area of your life.
And what about relationships? Forget about them. For now, a relationship requires responsibility. It requires a strong person, not someone who can't even get themselves out of bed in the morning. If you can't take responsibility for your own life, how in the world are you going to take responsibility for someone else's? Relationships are for the strong.
So your job is to focus on becoming strong first.
Now, this doesn't mean you let your health fall apart. Just be consistent with the basics. But your main obsessive focus, it has to be on wealth. Pick a goal, learn a skill, start a business, build an audience, and you attack it. Everything you could possibly need to learn is available for free on the internet. Between Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT, the only thing stopping you now is your own excuses.
That phone in your hand, it's a weapon. And right now, you are using it to destroy yourself. The number one enemy of your focus is short-form content. I'm gonna be blunt. If you have an app like TikTok or Instagram Reels on your phone and you are not making money from it, you are actively choosing to ruin your own life.
See, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine as a reward when you accomplish something difficult. But these apps, they've hacked your brain. You get a hit of that same chemical for 0 effort, just by swiping your finger. Your brain gets all the reward without any of the work. So why would it ever want to do the hard, boring things that actually lead to real success?
And because of this, the average human attention span is now dropped to just 8 seconds. Let that sink in. That is less than a goldfish. It means you can't focus. It means you can read an entire page of a book and have 0 memory of what you just read. Your ability to concentrate has been completely and utterly destroyed.
So how do we fight back? This brings us to the most practical tool I can possibly give you. It's a simple habit you can start doing tonight. I call it the nightly audit. Every single night, right before you go to sleep, you are going to ask yourself one simple question. What distracted me from my mission today? Was it a notification, a pointless phone call from a friend, a TV show? You have to be brutally honest with yourself. And whatever the answer is, your only job is to wake up tomorrow and eliminate it. Be absolutely ruthless.
So to recap the blueprint from this whole explainer. Number 1, set a clear goal for your life so you are no longer lost. Number 2, make building your wealth your absolute number 1 priority. 3, conduct a nightly audit of your day. And 4, relentlessly hunt down and eliminate every single one of your distractions. You now have the knowledge. You have the blueprint. You know exactly what to do. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of you will still fail to be disciplined. Why? Because you are missing one final crucial piece of the puzzle. And until you understand what that is, you will be trapped in this exact same cycle of starting and failing forever.